Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on the old show today, we're going to talk a tad bit about Volkswagen again. Yes, they're still reeling over the scandal over the turbo diesel engines. There's more diesels being added to that list. Not to mention there's at least one gasoline version that apparently got the cheating software as well. Volkswagen's trying to extend a little bit of an olive branch to their ownership group, mainly the ones that are involved in this scandal or own automobiles involved in this scandal. They're going to give you a $500 gift card, or basically a prepaid credit card. Also, another $500 card that can be used exclusively in Volkswagen showrooms. And 3 years roadside assistance. Now, anyone who owns these particular machines have got till April to register for this monies. Now, the trick of this is a lot of people are pointing at this thinking, this is a little on the soft side, me included. And a lot of people are pounding their chest wanting Volkswagen to buy back their machines. Whether that'll ever happen or not, it may be forced to have happened when it comes down to the government laying down the hammer. So we'll have to wait and see on a lot of these deals. But again, it's an ongoing story. Next up on the list, another ongoing story with another manufacturer that's been having a little bit of issues, Takata. In fact, we talked about them in the last episode with their airbags having an issue with the canisters exploding, and shrapnel has been flooded all over the inside of the machines that they are in and have hurt a lot of people and in fact have killed several people. Now, Takata, I was saying at the end of that report, hoping that they could get on top of this deal, get on the other side of it, and still be in existence. But now the folks over at Autoline.tv have let out a little info saying that a lot of manufacturers are pulling out of the Takata line, including the 4 big Japanese manufacturers. Takata being a Japanese manufacturer, this does not look good on their front. So I hope that they could come out the other side, but it really doesn't sound like that's going to be the case. Next up on the list, we've talked about the Genesis Group. Yes, the brand new high-end versions of Hyundai. Now, Genesis now has its first ever concept machine, and it's this, the brand new G90. Now, again, this is some concept art, but apparently in the next couple of weeks, this will debut in Korea. Now, we haven't heard whether this thing's going to be making it to one of the big auto shows before the end of the year. The LA Motor Show's only in a couple of days, couple of weeks probably. So, it would be lovely to see this thing there, but we'll have to wait and see on that deal. But I have to say, the thing looks really good. Next up on the list, we've talked long and hard about the Subaru BRZ, the GT86 from Toyota, and Scion's FRS. This little group of little sports cars have been out for a fair amount of time. In fact, sold fantastically well, but that has kind of waned over the past several months and years. Now, the trick is we're looking at a new generation of these cars coming out very soon, but could we finally get the one that everybody's been clamoring for, a high-performance version? Remember back in April, the New York Auto Show, when Subaru showed off this, the STI Performance Concept. Now, the trick is we've heard little to nothing about this deal until the past couple of days, when Toyota actually had these photos actually ripped off of their patent forms that they've been sending off to the patent office. Could quite possibly we get a high-performance version of these finally? Again, nothing has been official, but if they're filing for patent papers, chances are there is something in the pike and it could be coming out very soon. A last hurrah for this generation of this machine, and they're moving on to the next generation of this vehicle as we'll get all new models coming very soon. So, hold your breath, folks, because there's still a chance it may not happen. Next up on the list, the Dubai Motor Show is going on as we speak, and the star of this show right now is this, the brand new W Motorsports. This is the Fenyr Supersport. Now, you may look a little bit familiar. You remember the Lykan Hypersport from W Motors? This is its little brother or big brother, however you want to look at it. Now, the Lykan Hypersport, they only built 7 of those machines with a price of $3.4 million. This vehicle, they're going to build more of them, and it's going to be way cheaper. In fact, it's going to be a bargain. Kind of a bargain. All right, now what are you going to get for this vehicle? Right off the bat, the specs show off as this. It has a 4-liter, twin turbocharged, flat 6 that is Porsche derived and is sent over to one of the biggest Porsche groups as far as the tuning groups, the Rough group, and they have strained this motor to get 900 brake horsepower and 885 pounds-feet of torque. Now, the Lykan Hypersport only had 770. But this machine as well has been stripped out of all the luxury stuff that the Lykan Hypersport had, including those funky doors, not to mention all the real fancy interior. This thing is stripped down, ready for track use, and that 900 horsepower is put to good use with 0 to 60 runs at 2.7 seconds with a top speed of 248 miles an hour. Now, they're going to build 25 a year of these machines for 4 to 5 years with a total of 100 of these things built and that bargain basement price of $1.6 million. I have to say, I really like this car. I don't know what it is about it. It looks amazing. So, yeah, they're going to sell every one of these 100 built for the world, but pretty neat piece of kit taking place at the Dubai Motor Show as we speak. Next up on the list, Land Rover Jaguar actually showing off the brand new Land Rover Evoque convertible. Yes, they finally lopped the roof off of this machine. Now, the interesting thing is, this vehicle is going to be built and is going to be built soon. In fact, spring of 2016, you can get your grubby little mitts on one of these machines, and that's not only here in the United States, it's all over the world. And it's going to have a starting price of right around $50,000 US. Now, the trick of it is, we've seen at least one, maybe two sport utility vehicles that came out in convertible form, and they didn't sell very well. So, how well is this thing going to sell? Now, the Land Rover Evoque sells amazingly well, so this may have a good shot, especially in some warmer climates, warmer parts of the world. So, we'll wait and see. I'm going to be very interested to see how well this thing sells moving forward. Next up on the list, the folks over at Lamborghini are going to be bringing the Huracan to the LA Motor Show. But a lot of folks are pointing towards it may be a special version. In fact, that V10 may be putting power to not only the four wheels on the car, it may just be putting it to the rear wheels of the vehicle. Yes, there is a lot of rumors, and they continue to get hotter and hotter as we get close to the LA Motor Show, that Lamborghini will have a new rear-wheel drive Huracan coming to the event. Now, this is not official in any way, shape, or form. This is still rumor form, so we'll wait and see what comes of this. The LA Motor Show is only in a handful of days. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiast. Now, don't forget to like us over on the Facebook page. We've got a lot of cool stuff over there, including that brand new B.J. Baldwin, the new 800 horsepower Silverado trophy truck video, Recoil 3, is out. We got it up on the Facebook page, including the latest edition of the brand new documentary that's showing off the RS version of the Focus RS, obviously. And if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.